Hey guys, and welcome back to our Despicable Guru video. And welcome to today's 2024 Halloween special. Now we all know about how AI is, slowly not taking over the world, but becoming a part of our lives now. Some people are scared of take people's jobs. And honestly, AI can be a pretty scary subject. And you know what also is scary? It's very spooky stories. So what happens when we combine the two? We get AI trying to write us spooky stories, and that's what I'm doing for today's Halloween special. I'm going to be using three AI websites, like three AI apps, three AI applications or whatever you would call it, and telling them to write me a spooky story. And I'll read them out for you all, and we'll see which AI website or app or whatever application, I guess, contains the best spooky story, and to see if that best one can maybe even rival some real spooky stories that exist, maybe it might, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. And starting off, if you can tell, here we have Chat GPT, and yeah, we're gonna ask them to tell me a spooky story. But now there also will be a few requirements to this story that that ChatGPT will need to tell me. And yeah, these are requirements. So the story must involve a psychotic murderer dressed as a banana. The main characters being a group of 20-year-olds. One of the main characters has to die. The story must take place in London, and if you all know me, there must be reference to the video game Fall Guys in the story. Yeah, so with all these things, we'll see what we'll see what it produces us. So yeah, let's see. Okay, all right, yo, all right. So as they so so here's ChatGPT's story. Let's see. It was Halloween night in London, and a chill settled over the city. 5 friends, all in their early 20s and a bit buzzed from a few pints. Yo, I didn't know there would be alcohol in the story. That's crazy. Wandered through the twisting, dimly lit streets. They had decided to spend the night exploring some of London's famous haunted sites, egged on by the eerie allure of ghost stories and rumors of haunted alleys. They were on their way to a famous abandoned underground station when a strange sight caught their eye. Under flickering streetlights, a man stood still, staring straight at them. He was dressed in a yellow banana costume with a grotesque grin stretched across the mask. The yellow fabric was dirty and tattered, and his eyes, peeking through small holes in the mask, gleamed with a disturbingly wild intensity. Is that guy just like a Fall Guys character? Laughed Mark, one of the group, referencing the goofy video game obstacle courses they all knew so well. Y'all, was a Fall Guys reference. No, man, some creepy stuff, muttered Jess, tugging at her boyfriend Sam's arm. Maybe we should try going the other way. But Sam waved her off. Relax, you're probably just trying to scare people. For fun. It's Halloween, right? Ignoring Jess's pleas, the group continued toward the station, but the strange man kept following them. Silence and relentless. They tried ducking into alleys and zigzagging through streets. But every time they turned a corner, he was there, a horrible grin and piercing stare never faltering. Soon the friends found themselves alone, deep in a neighborhood they didn't recognize. This isn't funny anymore, whispered Abby, her voice trembling. Let's just call a cabbing out of here. As they pulled out their phones, the street went completely dark, every light snapping off of a strange fine finality? I don't know. Sound stretched through the empty street. Then, in a blood-freezing whisper, they heard his voice. Banana split. So terrifying. Panic surged through the group. They ran in every direction, splitting up, trying to lose him. Jess and Sam tore down a narrow alley, the sound of heavy footsteps echoing behind them. They didn't dare look back. Heart pounding, Jess ran a corner and tripped, scraping her hands across the cobblestone. Sam helped her up, but in that brief second, he saw it, a flash of yellow and that wide, leering smile. The figure raised a glinting knife, the blade slick with what looked like dried blood. Sam, run! Jess screamed, but Sam didn't move fast enough. The maniac hero lunged at him, the knife plunging deep as Jess watched in horror. Sam's screams cut short, leaving only the twisted laughter of the banana man echoing in the night. I can't. Jess ran, her heart pounding, not stopping until she found the others, huddled by a pub entrance, calling for help. They dialed the police, frantic and terrified. By the time the authorities arrived, there was no trace of Sam, or the man in the banana costume. The news next morning reported a strange unsolved killing in London. Witnesses reported seeing a man in a filthy banana costume roaming the streets, wondering something about winning the final as he walked away. Yo, the Fall Guys reference is actually amazing. Every Halloween, if you listen closely in the London fog, you might still hear the whisper of banana split. The ending was wing the file around though. Okay, honestly, not a bad story, not gonna lie. I like the Fall Guys references. and it matched all the requirements. And it even made two references to Fall Guys actually. So honestly, solid story. I guess we'll have to see how it compares to the other two AI sites. But yeah, now let us move on to next AI website. Now we are here with hotpot.ai, which is the second AI website, and I got into a regular short story and a story topic. Right, music story must meet these requirements. The story must involve a psychotic murderer some in a pickle costume, a group of old men as the main characters, a bunch of side characters, and one else to die by the end, changing things up a little bit. The story must take place in New York, and obviously reference to the video game Fall Guys in the story. That's probably the only thing that's going to stay consistent throughout this. A psychological audience, liberals, yo, what? Sure, yeah, let's have liberals be the audience. Word length, sure, 500. Guess kind of it right in the style of Mark Twain. Yo, what? I just have a psychological thriller, I guess. Okay. Wait, what do you mean by credits to continue or use free settings? What's? Hold up. Because it doesn't work. Okay, hopefully, we gotta do the art idea, but whatever. It's 150 characters. You know what? Screw it, I guess. Oh boy. But it have a reference to the video game and a psychotic killer dressed as a pickle. Okay, hopefully this should be it. Create. Alright, okay, let's see. A chaotic scene where Fall Guys characters are frantically running away from a menacing pickle-shaped killer wielding a giant knife, sitting against a haunted obstacle course filled with eerie fog and ghostly apparitions. A close-up of a twisted pickle face with sinister eyes, wearing a Fall Guys costume, lurks behind a group of unsuspecting players who are obviously bouncing on a wobbly obliviously plus. So you can nighttime landscape feature haunted Fall Guys brain works like obstacles leaving a. Okay, this isn't only a story. Okay, but this one I genuinely do not know. Okay, I guess like as a story. Um, I like the first. I don't know. I feel like there's more story concept. I don't know. I guess it isn't such a ChatGPT because this one I can't really write a story, but like this one I can't really do anything about. Sorry. Yeah. So these are interesting concepts, but unfortunately I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Moving on to the final spooky story. Hopefully this one will be a lot better. Honestly, and this is a massive L for AI, though. Not gonna lie, massive L. Now, for the final story here, we have we're using this AI called Deep AI. I'm sorry for the lots of ads. Deep AI here, and we have this one. Write me a story with these requirements. Like how Killer Justice an Apple, a bunch of middle school kids as the main characters, a bunch of side characters. One of them has to die by the end. The story must take place in Chicago, and there must be a reference to the beginning of Fall Guys in the story. Yeah, choose my chat. Oh wait, what genius? I'll just go. I guess. Title: The Sinister Fruit. And also, the story must take place in Chicago. Yeah. Okay. Let's see it. Or let's see the story. In the heart of Chicago, the air was thick with anticipation. It was Halloween night, and chestnut leaves swirled in the chilling wind. The streets were alive with trick-or-treaters, and and Jesus, it's kind of a long story. Yo, okay. Center of all were group of middle school friends: Ethan, Mia, Leo, and Sarah. They're dressed as a knight, a witch, a ghost, and a pumpkin, respectively, excitedly ring around from house to house in search of candy. Guys, did you hear about the creepy guy in the park? Leo asked, looking over his shoulder as they approached an abandoned playground. He said he dressed up as an apple and stalks kids for treats that aren't candy. Ugh, this is a dumb room to scare us. Everyone knows Halloween spook stories just for fun. Mia replied, rolling her eyes. Says, what kind of sad person was a fruit? Sounds like something from Fall Guys, bro. I don't remember sad people talking about fruits from Fall Guys. Ethan, yeah, Ethan laughed. Yeah, imagine him losing like a Fall Guy every time he tries to catch a kid. He'd fall right in his face. Ragdoll. Just as they were chuckling, a sharp rustle echoed from the nearby bushes. The group froze, their laughter dying in the cool autumn air. Emerging from the shadows was a figure clad in an oversized owl costume, the fabric glossy and red with a twisted sinister smile that spread across its mask. Trick or treat, the figure called out, his voice sickly sweet yet laced with malice. His friends exchanged wary glances. Let's get out of here, Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. As they turned to leave, the owl figure moved swiftly, blocking their path. Oh, don't you want to play a game? It said, tilting his head like a warped puppet. I promise it'll be sweet. Ethan felt a shiver run down his spine. No thanks, we're good. Before they could escape, the apple lunged forward, brandishing a large knife that gleamed menacingly in the streetlight. Can't just run away, I need some company. The group scattered. Split up, Sarah shouted, spraying in the darkness, her heart racing. Meet dashed from an alleyway, her breath hitching in panic. As she took a turn to look back at her friends, she stumbled, Scotland stumble reference, and fell. In an instant, apple was upon her, his laugh echoing eerily against the brick walls. No more warning, sweet little witch. Only Leo and Ethan remained together, huddled behind the dumpster, fear rushing their faces. We have to help her, Ethan urged. No, she's dangerous, Leo protested. But just then, a sickening scream pierced the night, silencing both boys. They swallowed hard, knowing deep down how to act. Through the fear, they decided to lure the killer away. Hey, ugly apple, Ethan called out, trembling but determined. Come and get us. The apple spun around, its eyes narrowing, before charging towards the boys. In the confusion, Ethan managed to shove Leo towards a nearby exit, but soon realized he had become a target. Or the target. Ethan, no, Leo shouted, but it was too late as Apple swung its knife, and just like a clumsy fall guy falling into a pit, nice reference, Ethan collapsed, barely missing the knife, but falling hard to the pavement. While the Apple was momentarily distracted, Leo dashed towards his fallen friend, but the killer quickly turned back, his eyes fixed on Leo. In a rage, the Apple lunged again, slashing the air. Leo dodged, determination burning within him. Run, Ethan, get help, he yelled, and desperate glance back, he bolted on the street. Ethan struggled to his feet, adrenaline coursing through him as he stumbled towards the light of the distant house. Sounds of Halloween echo around him, laughter mixing with cries, the distant delay of children dragging out the horror chasing him. Meanwhile, Leo had led the apple deeper into the maze of the alleyways, leading it away from Ethan's path. Just as he rounded a corner, he stumbled upon a group of older kids who quickly jumped in to help him as they witnessed the frenzy. What's going on with him? I shouted, realizing that something was seriously wrong. But before Leo could explain, the apple sprang up behind him. So Flash had lunged forward, showing how truly psychotic it was. In moods of fate, one of the little kids who tried to intervene was cough card. No, Leo screamed, watching helplessly as the boy fell, succumbing to the apple's malicious attack. In the chaos, Ethan finally found some help from the nearby idols. Sound of an approaching police car blared through the chilly night as they caught the apple off guard. Just as the creature turned, lights flooded the alley, illuminating the horror. The apple paused, its smile faint to a snarl. That instant, the police moved in, apprehending it before it could escape. Shaking and horrified, Ethan and Lee stood together, watching the apple's costume frenzied movements as it was taken away. Their laughter of earlier felt like a distant memory. They lost Mia to a twisted game, and a friend had paid the price for their terrifying encounter. The darkness of Chicago seemed to fill as it turned to walk home, the festivities now tainted with fear. And it proved that sometimes the scariest monsters weren't dismissed maybe for Halloween, but flesh and blood lurking right in their own backyard. Not bad, not gonna lie. That was solid story, not gonna lie. A sinister fruit, yeah. I like the Fall Guys references. Like this takes place in Chicago. Poor me and Sarah. Guess the only thing I did like, I mentioned the side characters. There's like those Halloween, there's high school kids, and one of them got technically kind of attacked, but it didn't technically say he died. And I was kind of hoping that the side characters would be there for a little longer. So, I mean, the story was still good. I feel like the requirements for the most part. But I think overall, ChatGPT has to be the winner. No wonder why everybody is like probably the most popular AI. No wonder why everybody uses it in their tests. So, but this was pretty solid though. It was definitely a close second. Obviously, due to like the lack of writing a story, Hotbot AI had to come in last. Although they gave some interesting concepts for a story with the limited amount of characters I had. But yeah, I'm gonna do the outro in ChatGPT, so there won't be as much ads here. Alright, yeah, so I'll have to say for today's video. That's pretty interesting. ChatGPT is actually a really solid story. Plus, I feel like it has a slightly better Fall Guys reference compared to Deep AI. So I feel like it's overall the winner. Yeah, like I said, both of those are actually pretty good. Honestly, I don't know if they would say they're like better compared to some human AI. I think over to some human spooky stories, I've definitely read like a lot of like good like spooky stories, both like shorter and longer by humans. But overall, like these are actually pretty solid. Honestly, the more AI developers, like it can give some people to run for its money. And I think like AI like isn't terrible, just as long as it doesn't like replace everybody's jobs and basically take over the world. Like, I'm fine with it. Although it doesn't become like too major or anything. Especially with like being used in animation and writing, like yeah, I don't know, like let humans like make the animation and like write the movies, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Yeah, hopefully you guys. I don't know if this wasn't like the most spooky thing ever. I guess unless if like, a couple of those stories gave you some shivers. But yeah, and all my stories didn't really scare me. But again, I'm an epic mature Chad, so yeah, no. But I will admit they definitely have a good eerie tone to them. Yeah, that's it for today's Halloween special. Yeah, hopefully you all have a happy Halloween. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what other type of stuff you like, what other What was this for the comment? I don't know what to say. Yeah, well, let me know in the comments like what you thought of these stories. Yeah, sure. And also make sure to like and subscribe. I mean, you don't have to, but definitely to the channel. And also make sure to check out some of our content. I usually don't do content like this, but I have a wide variety of content. So I bet if you check there, you might as well. I bet you're bound to find at least a few types of stuff that you'll love. And also make sure to check out my Twitter, which is linked in the description. But yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. As I said, now I'm gonna get going. Hopefully, I'll enjoy this spooky Halloween special involving stories. Congrats to ChatGPT to winning, I guess, the best AI around. No wonder. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.